This is publication design process and reflection for the video. The topic selection for my proposed publication is number 4, emotional design. I have connected specifically to the suggested reference of Donald Norman's selective memories. With this publication proposal, I intended to embody a modernist theory based on the Swiss design movement that flourished in the 1940s and 50s of form following function. And the selective memories excerpt that Donald Norman speaks about pushes or shows that design has 3 separate areas of emotional response, and that is behavioral, visceral, and reflective. So, as you can see, incorporated into the publications, definitely some influential typographical dominators from the modernist era, with block color palette juxtaposed with stylized illustrations and sketches. So I sort of tried to have design elements derived from the typographic movement pushed through into a really visual publication. I ended up linking 3 architectural structures, which heavily are linked with progress and design capacities of emotional ontology. So, using architecture and a space with an underlying nature of understanding that systemic design and its form can be appreciated emotionally, walking through a space, etc. I believe that in this publication, the colors and textures that I utilized are appropriate and they do reflect the aesthetics of modernism, enhancing the perception of space and reconciling the lack of ornamentation. The dialogue between the type and the illustration and the overall approach to communicate all of this in itself and kind of emphasizing well structured design aesthetically, I think has come through quite positive. I also think that how I've discussed the actual topics inside the book or the publication are delivered in a flow that can be fairly easy to run through without having to concentrate too deeply. I definitely believe, as the creator and designer of the publication, I intended to convey the narrative to my audience through the imagery and the colors I've chosen, especially, as well as the overall publication by presenting a selective group of content that kind of transcends the audience and tells a story through the use of the illustration and the strong, bold um, color. The orange color elements that I've added kind of excite the audience as well as the wording. And I think the type and size and weight as well kind of draws the reader back in through each segment. With the final stock choice, printing choices, binding and sectioning, I've gone with Full Gamut, which is a printing and framing company in Hobart. The outer cover that you're seeing here is the actual product without having any form of jacket. So this is the raw case bound in like the original is black rayon, and then what you're seeing at the moment on screen is the cover that goes on the outside. So I've gone with the contents page is a premium cotton, an uncoated matte in a fairly thick, like a 250 GSM. The matte finish is going to give like a artisanal sort of impression upon opening the book. You've got the outer cover, which is like a really nice super luxe soft touch. I wanted to have the type that's coming through in black as like a raised spot gloss coming off of the actual book. And then we've got the text in the inner pages are in an essential uncoated textured 250 GSM recycled paper. So I've chosen recycled, but I've also made sure that I'm putting a really white, bright white paper so that when it's printed, it will be really vivid and really bright, and these bold colors will sort of pop off the page at the same time. There's some final images of some more mock-ups of the actual design when spread across the 2 pages. The overall design for the book I found is harmonious and modernist, and by focusing on the modernist principles, Obviously, when connected with design, I think the modernist principles in design really go hand in hand in terms of form follows function. And it's sort of ensuring that the design layout supports the personalities discussed in the publication as well. So I've made the publication feel harmonious and modernist by making my tone of voice educational and confident. I tried to convey a sense of like casual but neutral sort of neutrality knowledge using the grid system I designed. Um, I've put the Bauhaus principles of basic forms into shape and then making sure that when like formatting, we've got like a bit of a cross section for the eyes to go backwards and forwards with the bold to the illustrative to the color to the actual text body. I think that's everything. Thank you.